It is the big game. It is the first teams between the home school, Paarl Gimnasium and Fairmont, that have taken to the field. And if anything that we've seen thus far today is anything to go by, then this one is going to be a phenomenal encounter to be a part of and to be watching. Tian, thanks for joining us. How do you see this one going?
It should be a good affair. Both teams playing good hockey. Haven't played for a while, so it'd be interesting to see how quickly they settle. I know Fairmont played a game last week. Paarl Gym hasn't really played any games so far. So yeah, it will be interesting to see who settles first in this game. Obviously, Paarl Gymnasium missing one of their star players, Colin Mentor, who's unfortunately in isolation. And this is just the times we live in. So it'll also be interesting to see how Paarl Gymnasium cope without that strike force in front. But I'm sure they're pretty strong in the middle of the park. And it could be a good ding-dong battle.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do manage without him. I do know that, number 8, Burton Marsdorp, had a good connection with Colin, especially on the attack, and their speed really is a thing of beauty as Fairmont comes away with it through Corbin Orion. Goes on a mazy run down the left-hand side, gets into the circle, draws the last defender, and good jockeying from the Paarl Gymnasium defensive line to allow him to run down the baseline and using that baseline as another defender.
Yeah, it's good keeping as well from Leonard Denason, just cutting off the pass that could have been cut back to a play on the far post. But Corbin, definitely a very good player for Fairmont to look out for. It's good pressure put on by Liam Bass from Paarl Gymnasium.
If you're just joining us, the home side is Paarl Gymnasium. They're playing from left to right on the screens, wearing the green jerseys with yellow socks, and the visitors Fairmont are in the white tops with the green stripes. They've got green socks on as well. So all the sides before this, the color arrangement was the other way around. In the under 14s and under 16s, it was Fairmont playing in green tops and Paarl Gym playing in white. So it's a little bit different, and that's always nice to see. But chance now for Paarl Gym. Shot comes in straight to the keeper, though. You would feel, though, Tian, with an opportunity like that, that's gifted to you on a silver platter, that you should at least he did hit the target, but you got to at least make the keeper work.
Yeah, exactly. But it was very good pressure from Stefan McCashel in there, and what I liked about him is how quickly he got his shot away. At least it was on target, and he got the rebound. Unfortunately, just couldn't control it. So not much wrong there, apart from maybe just finding the corner. But from a coach's point of view, it probably just wanted him hitting the target first, and then obviously picking up the rebound. So he didn't do much wrong. And it almost seems like Fairmont might have a bit more possession of the ball, and Paarl Gymnasium might be very dangerous in the counter-attack.
High press from Fairmont, and they do win the turnover on the right channel, trying to this time go through the middle. But the Gym defense is there. Big overhead coming in. It's 1-on-1 with the keeper. Keeper comes out. He's rounded though. And the snapshot just flies across the face. Not only does it fly across the face, but it also goes out on the sideline.
Yeah, it was a very tight angle. Awesome little overhead from Werner Brandt to Stefan McCashel. And unfortunately, he did very good to get the ball around the keeper. Just could not find the ball inside the box. But very good pressing and good counter-attacking from Paarl Gymnasium early in this game.
Stefan McCashel, he's somebody to keep your eye out for. He's had 2 opportunities now. So it seems as though he's the point man. He's the one that wants the ball. He's the one that Paarl Gym are looking for up high. But he does have a rocket of a shot on him. We've seen one on the back stick, one on the front. So he does possess a strong strike on him. As the home side now comes again, it's Marsdorp. They're putting him into acres of space on the right-hand side. He looks for the foot down inside the circle, and he obliges for his teammates. They asked for the short corner, and he delivers.
Burton Marstorp did very well. It's a great pass from Christian Ichu into space for Burton Marstorp, who's very pacey to run onto. He couldn't go anywhere inside the circle, so just got a foot, and here's a big opportunity for Paarl Gimnasium to get a goal early in the game. And once more, Paarl Gimnasium really looking very threatening on the counter-attack, playing quick passes into space and players running onto it, which is good hockey. I'm sure Coach Jacques Grobler will be very happy so far with the start from his team.
So it's Marsdorp and Liam Bays that taken their positions at the top of the circle. Goes towards Marsdorp. Stop isn't good, but it's Bays. Throws it in and easily dealt with by Andre Human in the Fairmont goal. Casually just kicks the ball out, but the pressure remains. There's Louis Dupisani. Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah, it's right. Dupisani is the correct pronunciation there.
So Dupisani gets the ball back into play as Paarl Gimnasium look to change the angle of attacks, and that ball thus far has been extremely dangerous and extremely threatening on this Fairmont outfit.
Paarl Gimnasium once more getting the ball into a circle. They've had a lot of circle entries, and each time they've got a circle entry, they've been looking very dangerous. There's Butch Strassheim on the ball, captain of Paarl Gimnasium, loses on the top of the D. And here's a chance for Fairmont to attack, but Vandenbrand really presses well to win the ball back.
That's what you want to see. You want to see people tracking back and pressing from behind to apply as much pressure as they can onto the opposition. 7 minutes have flown by. Feels as though we just started. That's been the intensity of this game as Marsdorp calmly takes the overhead, looks to go around his defender, but Savio Rodriguez says, "You're not going to get past me that easily." As he wins the ball back, it's Corbin Orion on the ball. Finds an excellent angle, trying to link up with a teammate on the right-hand side. The vision from Corbin Orion thus far has been something to behold.
Yeah, Corbin Ryan is definitely the player for Fairmont to look out for. He's looking very dangerous at the ball. He's got a left-hand baseline entry so far, almost won a short corner, and now a defense splitting pass with the left forward just couldn't pick up. There's Peter Loubser on the ball. Unfortunately, just runs it out. Got himself pressed on the sideline there.
Orion on the ball for Fairmont. He is isolated though, and is tripped up by Captain Butch Strasheim, who makes the tackle and turns position back over to the home side. It's been an intriguing opening 9 minutes to this game where both sides have had possession. This game is being played at a frenetic pace, high intensity, which is what you love to see. Also, when you consider that the sides have not really played much over the last few months, for them to come out and to play with such intensity is phenomenal to see as Paarl Gim comes through. Werner Brandt wins the free hit just outside the Fairmont 23.
Yeah, both teams. I'm not sure about Fairmont, but I know this is the last game for Paarl Gimnasium, so obviously everybody want to give their all in their last game, especially in a time like now where games don't really come as thick and fast as they did in the past.
So Fairmont wins back position, tries to launch a counter-attack, but it's intercepted. Just as we say that, Paarl Gim loses possession, and it's the left-hand side for Fairmont through Savio Rodriguez, who rides the tackle and wins the free hit. Captain for Fairmont, Alex Jongsma, gets play underway, and as you can see, they look to find, they're always looking to find Corbin Orion, because he is the guy that they want on the ball. He is the one to get things going for the visitors.
That's correct, and he's very clever in moving into little pockets of space and getting out of pockets of space. So Paarl Gimnasium really need to watch him and not give him too much time on the ball. He's got to keep his head down because he's got good vision. And that's a poor pass from Rochelle Loubser to Pisani on the right-hand sideline, and a cheap giveaway from Paarl Gymnasium to Fairmont.
Tyler DiVincenzo tries to catch the Paarl Gymnasium defense napping, but they were up to that. Quickly taken 3 hitters. Ball comes out to Youngsma. It's at the back for Fairmont. That link-up pass just not going as Marsdorp picks it up. And it's now an attacking opportunity for the home side through Captain Stressaimu. Gets the ball in the circle, it's loose. It's Marsdorp with a snapshot, and it's the keeper, Andre Himan, comes out to make the save. It's an exciting start to the opening quarter. It's about 3.5 minutes to go as Fairmont quickly turn defense into attack.
It was a neat little pass from Butch Strasheim into the circle. Nice weighted pass, just waiting for Burton Marsdorp to get onto it. And especially if Burton and Butch Strasheim, if they can start combining with Werner Brandt and Stefan McCashlin up top, this can be very dangerous for Fairmont. And that's the go-to guys for Paarl Gymnasium. Nick Smith on the ball, rolls it to Christian van Aarde. Once again, poor pass, just a cheap giveaway from Paarl Gymnasium. It's back line, putting them under pressure again.
You feel that this is where Fairmont, with a chance now, tries to get the ball past the goalkeeper on the far side, and unfortunately just dribbles wide. And an excellent chance for the visitors to take the lead. Fortunately for Joshua Harris. Showed good composure though, Tian, I must say that, to not only collect the ball, but take his time to get it around the keeper. Just couldn't hit the back of the net.
Yeah, I think the ball might have just slipped off his stick. It is a bit slippy out there. Ball maybe just got away from him as he wanted to flick the ball and got it on the outside of the stick, which sent it wide. That's a few big opportunities for both teams so far in the game.
Oh, those misses going to come back to haunt them later on in this encounter. Only time will tell. But as it stands in the opening quarter between the first teams of Paarl Gymnasium and Fairmont, it's deadlocked. No side has been able to find the back of the net. No side has been able to breach the defenses of the keepers in between the sticks.
Good patience shown here by Paarl Gymnasium.
Intercept. Chance now for Fairmont. Orion gets the ball on the left side. Once again, goes on a run, gets into the circle, finds the foot as calmly as you like, and gets his side, the short corner.
Yeah, he's very quick hands there, pulling the ball from left to right and then onto the foot from Corbin. This guy shows. Maybe that was outside or on the line. That's a 50-50 decision, but we'll go with the experience of my rare umpire's decision over there. And there's a very big opportunity for Fairmont with about a minute left in this chukker.
Yeah, umpires have certainly got to make split-second decisions. I know that you had to make a few in the second team game where you stretch your arms a little bit, but chat about that after the short corner. Does come to Orion, has a flick. Excellent save from the keeper. He doesn't know where it's gone though.
There's a decision from the umpire. We're not quite sure. Maybe we can see on the replay over here.
It would seem as though the umpire has called Fairmont up for a little bit of obstruction as we see that drag flick come in. It's an excellent save from the keeper. He doesn't know what happened to the ball afterwards.
Not quite sure what it was for, but I don't think Paarl Gymnasium will complain. Christian van Aarde running through the channels. Just gives the ball away, unfortunately. And that's the end of the chukker. A very pulsating chukker so far. High-paced. Ball's been doing the work. Loads of opportunities. Unfortunately, just they haven't got a goal yet in this game.
Yeah, this is what Friday night hockey is all about. This is what Super Sport Schools is all about. Showing you the very best of schoolboy hockey. It's the end of the first chukker. It's Paarl Gymnasium 0, Fairmont 0. And after a short break, we'll bring you the second one. It's been an absolutely pulsating encounter thus far. Just one quarter has gone. Neither side able to break the deadlock. Home side Paarl Gimnasium have had their opportunities. The visitors Fairmont have had their chances, but neither side managed to get themselves on the score sheet. It's been high energy. Tian, that first quarter. Can they sustain it for this one?
Well, let's hope so. I'm not sure how the kids' fitness are, but let's hope it does stay as pacey as it has been so far. Loads of opportunities as well. I'm sure we won't see this one ending 0-0.
It's been an excellent encounter. Both sides have had their fair share of possession. They've had their fair share of the territory. They've both created chances. Like we say, that final execution, unable to get the ball into the back of the net, unable to break the deadlock. But this is what it's all about. It's high intensity, high level of schoolboy hockey that you can only find right here on Supersport Schools. Bring you only the best hockey action that the country has to offer. And this is shaping up to be an all-time classic between these two teams. Also, Tian, like you mentioned, it is the final chance for these Paarl Gymnasium boys on the field. For those matriculants, this is where it ends. It all ends tonight for them.
Exactly, and I'm sure it'll give absolutely everything. A bunch of passionate Paarl Gymnasium matriculants in this team as well. Good leaders in the squad as well, so I'm sure they will try and make Paarl Gymnasium proud and themselves as well. Just very interesting from a wider angle that you can't maybe pick up on the screen is if Fairmont's outletting from the back, they've got 3 forwards hanging inside the other circle of Paarl Gymnasium, really stretching the field very wide, which might mean that we get a lot of 1v1 battles in midfield as well, because there's going to be a lot of space. And that might suit Corbin, that's very quick and pacey and skillful to break through the lines of the midfield.
So the early exchanges, the early 2 minutes of the second quarter, seen in possession exchange hands. It's been a battle of attrition thus far. A lot of the play happening in the midfield. Just trying to find the holes as rare mistake from Fairmont. Gives Werner Brandt a chance to weave his magic, but fortunately for him, he spills the ball a little bit. The umpires blow the whistle a bit hard, and that's always an indication, Tian, that they're not happy about something.
It was a bit of stick tackle there. Great reception by Tian Lotz from the overhead. And here's loads of space for Louis Dupisani to move into.
Options for Dupisani. Decides on the straight ball. Links up with Andre Sadler, who tries to work his way through a white wall and can't do it though. But fortunately for Fairmont, that when they do turn the ball over and make the pass, it's not finding a teammate. And that places them under pressure once again. Pisani in a bit of space on the right hand side, eyeing up his options, decides to change the angle. Lopsha sends it onto the left hand side. Decisions to be made now for Paarl Gym. Opts for the aerial skills, gets him into the circle. But good defending from the Fairmont team, and it's only a long corner.
Peter Lopsha winning a long corner there. Good patience shown by Paarl Gymnasium, waiting for the gaps to open up. Here's a loose ball inside the circle. It's Werner Brandt on the ball. Protects the ball well. Rolls it into Peter Lopsha. Back to Liam Bass. And unfortunately just rolls it out. That's good hockey from Paarl Gymnasium. Nice patience shown on the ball. And Tariq, I'm very impressed with the quality of hockey so far, especially with both teams not being able to play a lot of games recently.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see that even though you aren't able to, or you haven't played much, that the hunger and the passion is still there, and that you're still able to step onto the field and give it your all when needs be. And that's what school sport is all about, yeah, and it's about that passion, it's about the love of the game. It's about representing the badge that you wear on your chest.
Yeah, exactly, and loads of passion and energy shown so far in the game. There's about 10 minutes left in this Chaka. It feels like Chaka could almost be gone so far.
Patient build up then from Paarl Gim. There's a loose ball though, and a little bit lazy from the Fairmont defender to step up. Daniel Joint just taking his time to get his way to the ball on that occasion in defense, but somehow managed to win the ball back as Paarl Gim looks to launch attack through the captain Strasheim, but he's munched in the midfield, and here come Fairmont. The ball is loose in the circle. It's a bit scrappy, and the umpire indicates that it's come off the backside of Tupasani's stick, and so ordered the visitors a short corner.
Yeah, it was a bit of a bad giveaway from the captain Butch Strasheim in midfield there. He won't be happy when he watches that back tomorrow. And yeah, umpire Marie Engelbrecht just seeing something in the circle and giving a short corner away. And there's another opportunity for Fairmont to go. On the previous drag flick, easy save, easy height for the keeper to save that ball. It might be interesting to see if the drag flick might go low or high this time again.
Seems like Orion and Rafe Duncan finds himself at the top of the D. Does go to Orion. Duncan gives it to Orion on the left-hand side this time, who realizes what is happening, realizes that it wasn't executed as they wanted, so just opts to reset things and finds the foot of Marsdorp. So it's another short corner to the visitors.
Yeah, it was a bit of a fluff short corner, previous one. Corbin did well to get a reward from a short corner.
Goes to Orion, who this time goes for the flick once again. Marsdorp, though, showing plenty of speed to get himself in the way and snuff out that attack. As Paarl Gim come away with it, Marsdorp sends it forward to Christian Yuchu. He's on the ball now, links up once again with Marsdorp, and this guy's got wheels, but he lets the ball do the work. And this is nice to see from the Paarl Gim side, linking up with each other, getting everybody ahead of the ball. But equally, the Fairmont guys hustling to get themselves in defense and rearrange. Oh, the action is certainly hot on the hockey field. Despite there being snow on the mountains and a chill in the air, guarantee you, Tian, if you are on that field, you're not feeling this temperature at all.
Definitely not, especially with the pace this game has been played. Here's a loose ball. Christian Icho on the ball, tries to cut in, still has the ball. Great defending from Fairmont. Nice, good long barrier.
Space behind the Paarl Gim defense. It's a massive overhead. Comes off the stick. And excellent work from Leonard and Nisham, who identified the potential danger, came out all the way, and soon as that ball came his way, a little bit of soccer skills, calmly placing it onto the would-be attacker's foot.
If I know Leonard, he would probably have gone for the nutmeg over there. That was good pressure, good pocket pressure. Paarl Gim just collapsing the pocket there. Nice little overhead from Butch Strasheim, and Liam Bass trying to receive the ball. Tries to keep the head down of the defender. Does well. Good reverse pressure once more from Andre Sadler. Yes, Butch Strasheim on the ball. Butch Strasheim just losing the ball there.
Savio Rodriguez then on the ball, trying to use his pace, but
he's going to struggle there against Burton Marsdorp.
It's the battle of the speedsters between Marsdorp and Rodriguez. Both have got plenty of pace in these legs. So keep an eye out on this battle as we see it coming once again. It's Rodriguez, though, decides to change direction as Fairmont comes away with Daniel Davies. But he's quickly gobbled up. But it's excellent work right back to get the ball once again as chance for Fairmont. Somehow the ball is flung across the circle and they managed to get a foot almost out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was... The ball got played out from Tian Lotz to the sideline, and unfortunately Richard tried to keep the ball in, just knocked it back into space for the Fairmont player to play it into the circle. And then Nick Smith just got his feet all tangled, and yeah, it's a cheap giveaway for Paarl Gimnasium, and they'll feel very bad if Fairmont capitalizes from this mistake from them. And normally it does work like that, eh? Normally you work so well to get short corners and never score, and then you get a cheap one and score from that.
So we've seen 3 opportunities for Fairmont, none of them being able to get rewarded. So 4th time lucky perhaps. Does go to Orion, who changes the angle. And there it is, 4th time lucky indeed. Tian, you called it. You get a scrappy short corner and you sometimes, or more than likely, score from it.
Yeah, that's correct. And awesome flick to the left-hand corner from Corbin and Orion there. And you can't give him that many opportunities. The push-out wasn't that quick though. It just went bottom left corner. Perfect placement. And Fairmont find themselves 1-0 ahead.
Tell you something though, Tian, as just watch this attack quickly. Something tells me that play was actually meant to be Corbin finding the pusher Richard Sauer on that far post.
Yeah, I'm sure it was. The placement was just extra perfect. Here's a big opportunity almost.
But that is what you want to see. You want to see your drag flicker, when the call is for that deflection, to throw the ball on the inside of the post.
Yeah.
Because if it does miss the attempted deflection,
Exactly.
it goes in the poles.
Exactly. 2 birds, 1 stone effect.
So then it is the visitors Fairmont who hold the slender 1-0 lead over Paarl Gimnasium as time ticks away in the 2nd quarter. It is Paarl Gym now though on the attack through Liam Bays on the right hand side. Excellent elimination to get past his defender. Tries to link up with Werner Brandt. Unfortunately for them, comes to nothing. Quickly taken. Rodriguez on the ball. Wins the free hit. There's a little bit of confusion here and perhaps overzealousness from Strassheim.
Yeah, I think the...
Unfortunately for Alex Jongsma, his attempted overhead gets caught in the hook and he pulls it a little, kind of like you're on the first tee.
Yeah, Fairmont's been using a loads of overheads, throwing it into space for their forwards to run onto, especially if the forwards hanging so high and stretching the field, and Paarl Gimnasium pressing really high. There's a lot of space in midfield to throw a few little dinky overheads into for the forwards to run onto.
Gone are the days where the overhead is used to relieve pressure. It is now an attacking weapon, and Fairmont have been using it to good avail thus far, finding acres of space in behind the Paarl Gimnasium defenders. As the clock ticks to the final 2 minutes in the 2nd quarter, it's a wild tackle from Liam Bays, sliding in dangerously so. The umpires got absolutely no choice but to brandage the custard slice. It's the yellow card for Liam Bays, and he's got to spend the best part of 5 minutes on the sidelines.
Yeah, I think Liam Bays maybe just got his angle wrong when he went into the tackle. He slid in, and yeah, after took him out. It's not the first challenge. It's just the momentum taking it out, but it's dangerous, and unfortunately that's what the rule states, and that's definitely a yellow card. And a big opportunity for Fairmont with a player up to put the pressure on Paarl Gimnasium and get maybe that 2nd goal. That's so important in games. Just get a bit of a barrier between the 2 teams.
Tian, a lot of people would have looked at that replay and say, no, fair challenge, he won the ball cleanly, which he did. Granted, the ball did make contact with his stick.
Yeah.
But that's not where the dangerous part came in.
No, it's just the momentum that was dangerous. Exactly the same. I don't know if the viewers watched the 2nd team game, but especially from the one P flick I gave as umpire was just for the recklessness of the keeper and putting players in danger, which obviously is the most important part in most sports. It's just keeping everybody safe on the field, but also making it competitive. So there's a fine balance between the two.
So final few seconds of the second chukker, second quarter, if you will. Is the home side trying to get something out of it to end the half on a solid note. And as we say that, it is the halftime whistle that goes. Tian, how do you make sense of that first half for us?
Yeah, I think it was a good game so far. Bunch of opportunities. Paarl Gimnasium having good opportunities in the first chukker, early in the first chukker. Not taking it. Interesting that Paarl Gimnasium hasn't really gotten a lot of upgrades inside the circle once they've been there. Fairmont taking the opportunity from bad mistakes from Paarl Gymnasium's backline, just giving away cheap passes and putting pressure on themselves. I'm sure this game won't be ending 0-1 to any team. I think both teams will still score a few goals. It's just Fairmont still has one player more for the first part of the second half, so maybe they can use that opportunity to go 2-0 up.
So that's the way the first half ends at the Paarl Gimnasium A Astro. It is the visitors Fairmont go into the break with a 1-0 lead. But do not go anywhere. When we return for the third and fourth quarter, we guarantee you the action will continue. We're back for what is sure to be an exciting conclusion to this fantastic encounter between the home side Paarl Gimnasium and visitors Fairmont. If you haven't joined us for the first 30 minutes of the game, you have missed an absolute thriller thus far. There's the visitors who hold a slender 1-goal lead at the start of the third quarter. Tian, the way things have gone in the opening 2 quarters, the opening half, would you change anything as a coach on either side?
Well, I'm sure they won't change too much. It's not like it's been a tactical mismatch from either team. I think that Fairmont has been a bit better on the basics. Coach Jock Rubler, coach of Paarl Gymnasium, might just have chatted to especially his backline about completing the easy passes better, just making less silly mistakes, and then we might see a bit more goals in this game.
Yeah, it's all to do for the home side who find themselves trailing. If you missed the news earlier on, it is the final game for Paarl Gymnasium for the season. And for the boys on matric, it's the final game. They'll be wearing that sweater and that badge on their chest. So they're going to want to give it their all in this final 30 minutes. They're the ones who need to get the spark going, need to get the impetus and gee up the rest of their teammates, because after these 30 minutes have come to an end, that's the end of their schoolboy hockey career.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about it. They haven't been playing a lot of hockey in the last 2 years, but most of the matrics in this side has been playing first team since they've been grade 10. So at least they've had a few caps under their belt.
The lanky central midfielder Corbin Orion has been a thorn in the Paarl Gymnasium side. He is the talisman for Fairmont. He's been the one that got his team go forward. He's the one that sparked most of the attacks, and he's deceptively quick with his long legs, and he's got quick hands to boot. As that overhead finds the stands, it finds the roof, and that ball is out of here.
It's one way to relieve pressure and waste time if you want to. Yeah, just a quick decision. I think it was Werner Brandt that tried to get the ball in high up the
Chance in
field.
the circle for Fairmont. It is Corbin Orion on the ball. There's that quick hands we spoke about. Gets himself through 2 defenders, induces a foul, and another card being brandished by the umpire. It seems as though
Yeah, it was a very bad stick tackle in there. I think it was from Peter Loebscher. And Paarl Gymnasium is playing with 9 men at the moment, because I know they had a yellow card in the end of the first half as well.
actually the green card did not go the way of Paarl Gymnasium. It's Corbin Orion who's been sent off. He must have had a word or two with the umpire in that brief play. So the talisman, the main man for Fairmont at the top of the circle for short corners, he's not there.
Yeah, that's very interesting, and I'm sure the umpires lay down the law early in the game of what the guys may say.
There's a variation to come to the right-hand side. Acres of space on the far post. It is the captain, Alex Jongsma. Here's the one that slots it. Unfortunately for the Paarl Gymnasium keeper, Leonard Denisham got his angles all wrong and left a massive gap on the inside, and Alex Jongsma slots it away calmly.
That's clinical from Fairmont. A little right slip here. Just opens up so much space. And the postman on the post just couldn't save it. And that's a very good short corner routine from Fairmont. And now they've got a bit of space, and they fall further ahead. Paarl Gymnasium needs to do all the running now.
Well, perhaps I was a bit harsh on Denisham there. At first glance, I thought he left his inside post wide open, but in hindsight, seeing the replay, his postman was there for the assistance. But in situations like that, you would want your keeper to step up ahead of that postman, so he's the one making saves, and if there is a little bobble, the postman is there to clear it. But is 5 minutes then gone in the third quarter of the game. It's the visitors Fairmont who enjoy a 2-goal lead. And it is all to do for the home side if they want to get themselves back in it. Werner Brandt showing some skill on the left-hand side, but it brings him nothing as a calm and composed defense from Fairmont sees them turn the ball over. And it seems as it goes, or at least as the momentum is with the visitors. At what point, Tian, do you think frustration is going to creep in?
Oh, hopefully not soon. There's a lot of time left. Seen some crazy stuff happen in hockey. Just think Paarl Gimnasium really pressing very high here. If they can start winning the ball high up the field like they did in the beginning of the first half as they did there. So that's very good pressure from Paarl Gimnasium. Now they can start pushing the circle. They just need one goal and then the momentum of the game changes a bit.
Excellent ball pace being shown from Paarl Gimnasium as they quickly get the ball to the other side of the field. It's Marsdorp showing that pace now down the baseline. But an excellent tackle comes in. He somehow manages to keep the ball on his stick. But Captain Courageous for Fairmont, Jongsma, is there to make the tackle and get his side out of danger. The action is certainly hotting up. The intensity of the game has been picked up. So we see Corbin Orion return to the field after his 2-minute suspension. And there we go with those long legs of his, showing that he's got deceptive turn of pace. Big ball, causing a bit of trouble for Paarl Gimnasium at the back, and umpires just confirmed that one. It definitely came off the foot, and another chance for Fairmont.
Yeah, it came off the foot of Christian van Aarde, who was blinded by the hit. He couldn't see the ball, and when the ball came through a load of bodies, it just hit his foot. And that's not a cheap one for Paarl Gimnasium to give away. I think Fairmont scored their last 2 short corners so far.
That they most certainly did after their first 3, or at least they failed to convert their first 3. So since then they've gone 2 from 2, and the talisman, Corbin Orion, he's back on the field this time, setting himself up on the second castle. It does go towards him. He has a go again, keeping it low. Good save by the keeper, but it's straight back to him. Orion just rides the tackle. Felt a little bit hard done by the early whistle from the umpire, but if I was him, I wouldn't want to say anything after being brandished that green card early on for having a bit of words.
Yeah, he needs to check himself. I'm sure Fairmont can't really have him off the field at the moment. He needs to control the pace of the game, especially with them being 2-0 up.
Goes again to Orion. He gets back to the captain, Jongsma, who has the slap. It does make its way into the poles, but the umpires just want to confer. It was the first shot, and as we know, the first shot has got to hit the backboard. There was a bit of a touch on the keeper's glove, and after that brief conference, the umpires say the goal will stand, and it's the second goal for the captain, Alex Jongsma.
That'll be interesting to see on the replay if the ball actually was lifted above the backboard and came down off the keeper. Here we go. Paarl Gimnasium once more getting caught out by the right slip, and the ball might have been, that's not the best angle to look at it. But once again, Paarl Gimnasium being caught out by the Simon short corner routine twice in a row. They won't be happy with that.
Well, the message must certainly have come from the bench, from the coach, Jody Erasmus, who in his own right is a solid little hockey player, if I can call him little. He has represented the country in the indoor game, and done the colors of Western Province in the senior men's team as well. So he's got a very astute hockey brain on him as we see the replay of that once again. Acres of space on the right hand side, that has been identified by Fairmont as the way to go in their short quarters. And it's 2 goals there from the captain, Alex Jongsma, that has handed his side a 3-0 buffer.
Yeah, just looking at the replay again, I think that ball definitely lifted above the backboard first, and maybe a mistake from the umpire, Ruben du Plessis. But Fairmont won't complain at all. They're 3-0 up, and they quite comfortable in this game so far.
Yeah, as we know, on the hockey field, the only two people whose decisions matter, and that's the guys with the whistle in their hands. Us here on the sidelines, observing the game. It's mere opinions that we have. We've got absolutely no influence on decisions that are made. As we keep mentioning time and time again, umpires have got to make their decisions in a split second. As we see now, Paarl Gimnasium trying to fight their way back into the game, trying to place this Fairmont defense under pressure, setting up pockets, setting up the double team in defense. Calm, composed Corbin Orion gets himself out of trouble nonchalantly, shall we say.
Yeah, he's very composed on the ball, backs his skill level to get through channels.
Bit of confusion from the players, but play on, says the umpire, as Fairmont tries to launch an attack down that left-hand channel. They keep going down the left-hand side through Richard Sauer, but he is dispossessed by Tupasanti. Looking for the big ball, it is dangerous, but the captain Alexander Jongsma, he's there, quickly dispossessed though. And the ball to the far post. Unfortunately, Andre Sadler unable to get his stick on the end of the ball.
Great ball by Stefan McCashel, he's really been good so far in this game. Created loads of opportunities so far. And Andre Sadler maybe just a little bit caught on his heels there.
That overhead we've seen time and time again from Jongsma, used as an attacking weapon more than a way to relieve whatever pressures on the defenders. And more often than not, this is the end result. Fairmont winning the ball, winning possession high up in the field. Quickly taken from McCashlin, sends it across field to Marsdorp. He's been relatively quiet.
Yeah, he has been quiet, and I think he might have wanted to back his own pace there. Good tackle by Luti Busani to win the ball back. I think for Paarl Gymnasium to get back in this game, they need to score within the next 2 minutes. Taking to the fourth chucker with only 2 goals off, then this might be a game. Good seeing them just showing a bit of patience on the ball.
Good patience shown from Fairmont, holding their defensive structure and forcing Tian Lotz and Rochelle Lopser to try something. They do though, as Werner Brandt smashes one across the face. It's lifted high into Jongsma, who wears one, and there'll be a bruise there tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah, he ate that one quite easily. No pain shown from him here. Tough boy.
It's been a tough old tussle between these two sides. The difference thus far is that Fairmont have taken the opportunities handed to them. The home side had their fair share. Fortunately, haven't been able to get the ball past Andre Himan in the Fairmont goal. So we enter the final 60 seconds of the third chukker. It is the visitors, Fairmont, holding a somewhat comfortable 3-0 lead.
Fairmont's been excellent so far, defending in their own D. That's another loose ball they've won, and Paarl Gymnasium just not winning those loose balls in that circle. That's a bad giveaway, unfortunately, by O'Brien.
This time the overhead not working for Fairmont, and Marsdorp quickly collects it with nobody around him, gets him a chance to get the ball going. That's where the danger comes in, is when you're smashing it straight in. Keeper Himan taking no chances in kicking the ball away, as Corbin Orion looks to go on one of his mazy runs, and the umpire, when you hear that double blow, you know for sure that a card is coming, and it's Christian Hugo brandished with a card, as that would be the final action then of the third quarter. 45 minutes have gone, 15 remain. It is the visitors, Fairmont, who will head into the final chukker, the final quarter, with a 3-0 lead. That is the final quarter of the match. In the home side, Paarl Gimnasium's first team. The visitors, Fairmont. It is the men from the northern suburbs of Cape Town that enjoys a 3-goal cushion. Well, make that a 4-goal cushion, because as things get going, one massive ball from Corbin Orion sends it all the way forward to find a high-hanging striker, who obliges by turning the ball in. And just like that, it's gone from a 3-goal cushion to a 4-goal cushion, as Richard Sauer gets his side's fourth. What a start, Tian.
That was a great defense splitting pass by Corbin, right through the lines. Great first touch. Takes it around the keeper on the reverse. Great composure shown. That's such a good goal. And what a pass by Corbin Orion. Just defense splitting. He did it earlier in the game, and then the forward just mistrapped it. And this time the forward does the pass justice. And such a good goal to score early in the fourth chukker. And the floodgates could be opening up here if Paarl Gymnasium isn't careful.
Yeah, it seems as though Corbin Orion was certainly looking for that big pass as he held the ball up, and we see him now getting into the circle. Silky skills from the lanky player. The danger not gone though for Paarl Gymnasium as it gets rifled in by, looks like Sauer. But it dealt with from Paarl Gym defense, but not for long. You can see Fairmont trying to get the ball to Corbin Orion. He's the man that's made all the plays. And as I was saying, Tian, it seemed when the half got underway that Corbin just nonchalantly stood there with the ball, just kept looking around for his strikers and his links to make the lead. And the moment he spotted that gap, it was an exceptional pass.
Yeah, the pace of the pass, the accuracy of the pass. Paarl Gymnasium being a player down, that's probably why they just sat deep a bit, just covering their zones and waiting for Fairmont to force it through, which at the time looked great because Corbin basically tried to force the ball. It was just such a good ball, and that's how well it worked for him.
So 4 goals to the good are the visitors. in what we feel on the side of the action is a bit of a chilly evening out here in Paarl, but these young men, they've certainly kept the action coming in thick and fast. They've kept it hot.
Yeah, it's nice weather to play hockey in. Turf's nice and silky, plays quick. It's cold, you can run yourself hot. You want to run, you don't not want to run. So that's definitely helping the pace of the game.
Ryan waiting for defenders to engage him, tries to get through two, but he doesn't do so as we see the strikes of lightning in the distance. It's not going to affect anything on the field. Seems too far away, Tian, but when you do see a lightning...
Well, there's a few lightning strike goals in this game so far.
Yeah, so the goals thus far, 3 of them have come from a short corner. First one calmly slotted by Corbin O'Ryan to get things going. And then it was Captain Fantastic, Alex Jongsma, the man in the central of defense, finding himself in acres of space on the right-hand side on 2 occasions at short corners. Just slapping the ball as hard as he can past Leonard Denasham in the Paarl Gimnasium goal. And the 4th one we saw at the start of this final quarter through the stick of Richard Sauer. Once again, Corbin O'Ryan at the heart of it, picking a pass through the heart of the Paarl Gym defense. Picked out Richard Sauer, turned his defender inside out, then had the presence of mind to round the keeper, slotted the ball into, and the visitors the 4-goal lead that they currently enjoying. And it almost seems now that Fairmont are just going through the motions. They slowing the play down a bit, frustrating the Paarl Gymnasium defenders. And when that frustration level starts building, little mistakes like not being 5, it's going to cost you.
Yeah, Tariq, you said earlier, when will the frustration creep in, and it's definitely starting to creep in for Paarl Gymnasium. Nothing working for them, trying to force the game, and yeah, unfortunately, Butch Ross and the captain not being 5, and probably the right decision from the umpire, Ruben du Plessis, giving a short corner to Fairmont. Will they do a right slip once more?
Well, Jongsma is not on the right hand side. He's right there on the left. His slap comes in again. This time the umpire says it is dangerous. So there's a bit of variation to this Fairmont attacking short corner. They're not one-dimensional, looking for the space on the right hand side. They show you that they can go on the left. The high ball speed from Paarl Gymnasium's defenders seems to be a thing of the past. As something tells me, Tian, that early goal from Richard Sauer knocked the wind out of the sails. But here we see Marsdorp with a mazy run, gets in the circle, sends to the far post. Interception is crucial there for Fairmont. Tian, I was about to say that early goal seemed to have knocked the wind out of the sails of Paarl Gym, but Marsdorp showing that he's still got wind in him.
Yeah, he's such a quick and agile little player. Just weaves his way through, tries to find the far post. But as I said earlier, Fairmont's been so good inside their own D, picking up loose balls. And once again, what a great trap. And I think he trapped it on his reverse stick as well. The ball crossed the box from Burton Marsdorp. And I'm sure Fairmont's coach, Jody, will be very happy with his defense so far, because that might be the next goal for them, is just keeping a clean sheet in this game. As we hear another double whistle there. This will be another card. I think another green card for Captain Butch Strassheim for a lazy tackle there from him. Butch just coming back from injury as well. So it will be interesting if he maybe not keeping up to the pace of the game as well as the other players. Had a very bad ankle injury, injured some of his ligaments badly, and just came back a week ago. So tough getting him back into the pace of the game, especially if it's been played so fast.
Yeah, as much as Fairmont have been clinical with the opportunities handed to them, slotting 4 of them, equally, Paarl Gim's discipline has certainly let them down as well. You can't, at this level, you can't be a man down for long periods of the game, because that pressure on the other 10 players is certainly going to tell at some point.
Yeah, exactly. And especially if you're chasing the game, that's the last thing you want to do, is go one man down. And bit of ill discipline from Paarl Gymnasium's players there. Got about 6 minutes left of this game, and I don't think there's much of a chance for Paarl Gimnasium getting back in this game. I think once more, as I said, Fairmont will be looking to keep a clean sheet here. That will be a big plus for them. And then obviously Paarl Gimnasium would like a consolation goal, so a bit to play for still in this match.
Oh, excellent pressure from Fairmont as they continue to apply, or at least place the pressure on the Paarl Gymnasium defenders. And it's been a fixture of this Fairmont side that when they do smell blood, that everybody's buying. This excellent ball from Marsdorp. One-on-one with the keeper, goes down the baseline, and was that saved on the line?
I think it was saved on the line. That is a crazy save. We'll see the replay a bit later. But yes, Corbin Orion on the ball, tries to hit the ball. Stefan McCashlin did incredibly well to take it around the keeper, Liam Radcliffe, excuse me. And what a save. I think that was on the line. Game still going on. Yes, Peter Loebscher on the ball.
A rare attacking opportunity for Paarl Gymnasium, and unfortunately Peter Loebscher adjudged to have shielded the ball. It's something we don't often see. The umpires actually identifying a shield.
That was a stick block from Peter Loebscher, and obviously it takes a very experienced umpire to see that. What a great roll by Corbin O'Brien there. Tries to roll Burton Marsdorp, and a bit of frustration being shown here by the Paarl Gymnasium players. Still pressing really hard, trying to play quick, expansive hockey. And good composure shown by Fairmont.
That's certainly been the difference for large parts of this game, is that Fairmont have managed to keep their emotions in check. They've not allowed, those little niggles off the ball and those little pushes and shoves to get to them. And by maintaining their composure, they give themselves the best chance to maintain their game plan and stick to it. As another opportunity then in the circle, but a time shot is saved by the keeper. Another one comes in, this time fired. And an easy save for Dinesham. Two quick chances for Fairmont, and on this occasion the Paarl Gym keeper up to the challenge. Good ball to find Peter Loebscher. Tries to link up with Nick Smith on the left flank, but he is quickly stopped by Joshua Aris. But Paarl Gym remain in possession. Into the Fairmont 23 they go. Ball across the face. Marsdorp picks up the loose ball under all sorts of pressure. And loses it. It's a wild swipe.
That's such a good interception. That was a great interception or jab tackle from Fairmont's left half, because Butch was winding that up from last year.
Yeah, in situations like that, on the rare occasion you find yourself in the circle, the ball bobbling, you just want to get your stick on the end of it, so you'll want to absolutely give it everything you've got. As Fairmont now launch the counter attack. That's Aris on the left hand side, fires it across. Good play from Rushay Loebscher to get himself in between the ball and the attacker. Not only that, he smashes it towards the sideline. You see it once again. Here's that attacking chance. A tame shot at first, but this follow-up was absolutely rifled by Fairmont. But Tenisham on this occasion, or on that occasion, equal to the task. As the clock starts ticking away, 2.5 minutes to go in this game. And with the scoreline reading 4-0 as it stands, Tian, would you say the writing's on the wall or it's already there?
Yeah, well, I think the game is done and dusted. I think Fairmont's been very good in controlling the pace of the game, especially after going up, taking the lead of the game, and then taking the opportunities when it got it, because that just sealed the game for them. Paarl Gimnasium could easily have scored 4 in this game as well, but just didn't finish the chances, and some of the saves on the line was incredible as well.
Peter Loubser on the ball gets himself and his team into the Fairmont 23, but an excellent tackle from Jongsma. Been really impressed with Jongsma's work rate on defense. Tian, he's proving to me why he is the captain of the side and why he is at the heart of defense.
Yeah, and he's showed so much composure. Decision making has been good, and yeah, he's been leading his team quite brilliantly in this game, and they fully deserve to be in the lead. And he'll be a very happy captain, and Jody will be a very happy coach as well.
So Paarl Gimnasium just throwing numbers forward and trying to smash the ball through, trying to get anything out of this game if they can as we enter the final 60 seconds. It is the final 60 seconds for the matriculants in the Paarl Gimnasium side. It is the final 60 seconds of their schoolboy hockey career. So can they finish it off on the high note as they enter the circle? Marsdorp wins the short corner with around 40 seconds to go.
Oh, good play from Captain Bootstrass. I'm just outside the circle, taking the ball 5, getting a bit of space with pressure on his back, just rolling a lifted pass into the circle, creating a bit of danger for Fairmont to deal with, and Burton Marsdorp just a bit quicker onto the loose ball and takes a shot at goal, which wins a short corner. And that's the end of the game, but the short corner will be played. So Paarl Gimnasium having an opportunity to push all their numbers forward. Just for everybody at home, if you don't know the rules, the ball needs to go outside the circle. If it goes outside the 5 dotted line, the game's done. And if the ball goes outside the circle twice, the game is done as well. Until that happens, the game still gets played.
So the final opportunity of the game goes the way of the home side. It is taken short. Looks to go for the far post. Corbin Ryan is there to get himself in the way. And the follow-up shot easily saved by Andre Himan. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it. It is all over here in Paarl on the A Astro of Paarl Gimnasium. The schoolboy hockey careers of the matriculants of the Paarl Gymnasium side has come to an end. And that is all from us at Supersport Schools. Thank you very much for joining us. It's been an intriguing day of hockey. It's been a chilly day in Paarl. So until next time, keep warm and keep safe.